Gridiron music, papi.
Lights, camera, action.
Él está de vuelta.
He's back.
¿Tú eres listo? Papi, tú estás aquí.
Caught you looking for the same thing, but here's the new thing. You heard me? Yeah, boy. Duval.
904.
I know you need a trending topic, but here's another option. Patriot Nation ED, get it poppin'. Coming from the gutter screaming Duval. Coming from the gutter screaming Duval. Giving you my perseverance, giving you my dedication. Been an uphill battle, hard work, but I'm patient. Pushing through the rain, a warrior who is suited up. There's a battle dress, make the enemy put his hands up. Eagles, Broncos, Seahawks, and Bucks. When the 88 season came, they couldn't hang with us. I came into the league when the NFL was on strike. Even as a rookie, I came in and earned stripes.
Número uno, el primero.
The blood, the sweat, the fears, the tears, the cheers. It's massive.
Él es finito.
Football. Well, football taught me a lot of lessons in life. But most of all, it prepared me for life. It was an amazing journey, one that I would treasure for the rest of my life. But you know what I discovered most of all? That it wasn't about a ball. It was about relationships, human interaction. It was not about men becoming better football players, but the game was all about football players becoming better men. It was an institution of higher discipline, higher accountability, an institution of commitment, sacrifice. And for the first time in my life, I was willing to sacrifice what was the most important thing to me for someone else that I love beside myself. Do you know the feeling that it's like to see your teammates catch the winning touchdown, even if you didn't? Or them come up with the big play, the one that you wanted to come up with, but to see your teammate who you love and sacrifice for on the daily become successful. It was heart-wrenching. It was loving. Because I wanted for my brothers what I wanted for myself, because we were all one. Do you know that game, it compelled me to examine the anatomy of my faith for what I really believed in. It challenged me to look deep from within, because all of the sacrifice, it didn't come from without. It came from every bit of your sacrifice and love and dedication. Yes. And so while I examined my love for the game through my faith, I had to have help. And there was one coach in particular that I like to talk about, and that was Coach Furlow. And he was my 10th grade football coach at Ribault High School. I started out on the junior varsity team. But Coach Furlow, he knew that the road that led to success, that it wasn't one that would come overnight. He knew it would be the one who can endure to the end. And I never forget him. Coach Furlow, he was a big guy. He was about 6'3", a little knock needed. And we would joke with him walking on his cane. But he wore a big afro, and his nickname was called Sweet Pea. Coach Furlow had a strategy and a technique for bringing out the best, extracting the best out of his players. And how he did that was through a technique called fatigue, because he knew that fatigue can make cowards out of all of us, and it made all of us question our commitment to play that game. So after practice, we had something that was called gassers. All these are wind sprints. And after practice, we would line up in a solid line, and he would smoke a cigar with a whistle around his neck, and he said these words, down, and we would get down in that 3-point stand, and he would blow the whistle. And when he blew that whistle, we had to run full speed for 50 yards, a little out of breath, a little bit fatigued. He would say it again, down, blow the whistle, and run. And this process of down, blowing the whistle, and running, and down, and blowing the whistle, and running, it became a process that took sometimes over an hour. And he would run us until it was nothing left. And many of us wanted to give up. See, Coach Furlow, he was separating the pretenders from the contenders, because he knew that the role will require you not giving up. And out of that process, natural leaders were born. Natural leaders arose out of the difficulty of evolution towards perfection of the game. And through that process, we became great. Do you know that year? It was the only year of my amateur life in sports up to this moment that we became a champion. A champion. Do you understand what it feels like to be a champion? And at that moment that we won that trophy, we understood better what all the sacrifices for. See, I got to tell you something about the fourth quarter. See, the fourth quarter was made for those who sacrifice. The fourth quarter was made for the underdog. It was made for all of the ones who gave their all, because the fourth quarter is crucial. Have you ever witnessed a game when it seemed like there was no hope for one team? Maybe they're down by 20 points, 30 points, I don't know. But the point is that they are down, and time is ticking, tick, 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 and time is running out, and there's no way that you think they're gonna win that game. And sometimes the stands can empty out. People reach for their coat, they reach for this, they reach for that, and they out of there because they're trying to beat the traffic, because they know this game is over. But just when they learned, when they got home, that that team that was down came back and won that game. See, it's something about the darkness of life and the circumstances that brings out the best in winners. And I'm saying this to all of us because football is a microcosm of life. We all have been in the fourth quarter of something in life. But we thought that we wasn't gonna make it. You're not gonna get that degree. You're not gonna pass that test. Your marriage is not gonna make it. Your business is not gonna make it. And so many. It can be family members. It can be friends. It can be whoever. They see that it's not in your favor, that your odds don't look good. And many of them, they walk away. They abandon, and they say, you're not gonna win this. Later, just to find out, yeah, you got that business. You passed that test. Your marriage did survive. You did reach your goals. You did graduate from college. See, it's something about the fourth quarter. So I want you all who are in the fourth quarter right now to understand that it's not over. Because it's in that darkness that you're really gonna find out your strength. You're really gonna find out your vision. You're really gonna find out what you're made of. Well, that's what Coach Furlow knew. He made it dark for us so that the strength can come out in the light. That's what I remember about Coach Furlow. Yeah.